Hey everybody, it's Fernando from the Rollback Podcast, and today I was just like, it's probably one of my last days of break. Let's see what I can do for a video. So I was thinking about, well, the year's ending. Oh, what can we talk about? I haven't seen any new movies in theaters aside from Avatar. Still waiting on you, Eddie. But I'm trying to think like about next year. What movies are coming out next year that I'm pumped about? Now, right now I'm looking at HollywoodReporter.com, looking at their list of top 20, or what they consider their top 2023 releases. Now, for me, going down the list, let's check out January. We have Megan, House Party, the remake, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Oh shit, no. We only have Megan and House Party. Those are pretty much... it's weird. January's always been a dry month, especially when it comes to movies. There really hasn't been a lot of noticeable movies that come out in January. Between Megan and House Party, Megan looks interesting. I think also with the publicity that she's gotten from that little Twitter beef that she had with the official Chucky account, also kind of made me interested more. I will say the trailer is interesting in itself. It's a very interesting trailer, and it does make me want to watch it. House Party, the remake. I saw House Party maybe when I was a kid. Can't really tell you much about it. The trailer I actually laughed at. I thought the trailer was actually really funny. So I'm actually pretty interested in seeing it. Now, in February we have Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, and Cocaine Bear. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, I'm definitely pumped to see. I love a good Marvel movie. Hoping that it's good. I'm pretty sure this is going to be one of the pillars of the Phase 4. Like, pretty much just where this is going to go. As well as for... just going forward. Because, we all know Kang the Conqueror comes out. This really delves more into the quantum realm, how there's a hidden universe, etc., etc. Cocaine Bear. Did not know this was directed by Elizabeth Banks. For those of you who don't know who Elizabeth Banks is, she directed the questionable remake of Charlie's Angels. So this one should be interesting. Granted, this one actually looks pretty crazy. It looks funny. Stupid funny. So hoping that one's good. In March we have Creed 3, Scream 6, Shazam: Fury of the Gods, John Wick Chapter 4, and to end it, Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. Now breaking it down name by name. Creed 3. Interesting to see how Michael B. Jordan's directing goes. We saw how Stallone's was. It's only right. Sorry, just fixing that real quick. It's only right that we get to see Michael B. Jordan toss his hat into the ring. No pun intended. So pretty interested to see that one. The dude that's playing his buddy that grew up with him, Jonathan Majors, jacked. Pretty sure that's because of Marvel, but pretty sure they also helped because he is jacked. Scream 6. I didn't even know that they're making a Scream 6 until I saw the teaser. Interesting. We've seen these renaissance come with horror movies, especially slasher, and I would definitely say it's fair to say Scream is one of the more beloved slasher franchises. So I'm curious to see how this one goes. Shazam! Fury of the Gods. Now Eddie is pumped for this movie. I love the first Shazam. Thought the first Shazam was awesome. This one just doesn't. I don't know. There's just something about it that I'm just like, I'm not pumped to see. But to be fair, I wasn't pumped to see the first one. So hopefully this one changes my mind. John Wick Chapter 4. Hopefully goes a lot better than Matrix 4. I hope this movie's good. I thought John Wick Chapter 3 probably should have ended it, but we'll see how many they keep trying to pump out of here. And Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves. I thought this movie was already going to come out. I didn't realize it's taking that long because the trailer's been out for a good while, so I'm surprised this one's taking all the way till March. Am I excited to see it? Sure. I am a nerd. Love Lord of the Rings, love Dungeons & Dragons. So sure, yeah, I'm pumped to see it. Super Mario Bros. Kicking off in April, and then Renfield. Super Mario Bros. Not pumped to see that movie at all, to be honest. Don't like. I'm pretty sure this is just preaching to the choir. Not a big fan of Chris Pratt doing Mario, especially when we saw the trailer and there's no voice. It doesn't have the Mario voice, so it's just like, well, what is the point? Mario has a distinctive voice, has a distinctive everything. Why would you do this? But yeah, not pumped at all. Renfield. Now this one I have not heard of. The horror comedy sees Nicolas Cage playing Dracula, with a focus on his henchman played by Nicholas Hoult, who starts to consider life outside of his servitude, finding a new lease on life in modern-day New Orleans. Can't say I'm not intrigued. Maybe I'll give that one a go. To kick off May, we have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Fast X or Fast 10, and The Little Mermaid. So, first and foremost, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Finally. I think everyone's been waiting for this one. Ever since the whole James Gunn thing happened, where he was fired, which even I was just like, is he really fired? He's probably not fired. And brought back to do Guardians of the Galaxy 3. We're getting Adam Warlock. We're getting the teaser looks awesome. I cannot wait to see how this movie plays out. Another Phase 4 movie, Fast 10. So, this is the second to last installment. Don't know why they're ending on an odd number. But yes, we're getting Fast 10, and I'm assuming a return of Paul Walker's character, Brian, which is so dumb. So dumb. Newcomer, Brie Larson. I liked the Fast and Furious franchise up until 7. I thought 7 was a little wacky. I wasn't a big fan. After that, it just gets hit and miss. I like Hobbs and Shaw because they just delve right into the goofy. But yeah, this one I'm just not. I'm like, stop. It doesn't help that they got rid of The Rock, which I thought The Rock was actually really good in this film franchise. The Little Mermaid, probably the most controversial. I wasn't even a big fan of the original Little Mermaid, so go for it. Do what you will with this franchise. In June, we have Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Transformers: Rise of the Beast, No Hard Feelings, and to end it, The Flash. Oh no. We have a few more. Untitled, Adele Lim comedy, the directorial debut from Crazy Rich Asians writer, follows 4 Asian American women as they travel through Asia in search of one of their birth mothers. Indiana Jones to end June on June 30th. Okay, let's break it down from the first one. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Pumped. Loved Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. That one was amazing. Probably one of the best Spider-Man movies that they could have done, especially since it was in animation. So, I mean, you could do far and a long way more in animation than you can in real life, because you have contracts, you have, I can only shoot on these days, etc., etc. So, definitely pumped. Transformers Rise of the Beast. Now, this is the second movie, because Bumblebee rebooted the franchise. So we're finally getting a sequel to it, which we're looking for one for a while, and out of nowhere they released a trailer for Rise of the Beast. We're finally getting Optimus Primal on screen, played by what's his face, Clay from Sons of Anarchy, Ron Perlman. Yes, we're finally getting Optimus Primal on camera. Can't wait. Hope it's good, especially since Michael Bay's gone. Hopefully this movie's good. No Hard Feelings comedy drama stars Jennifer Lawrence as a woman who answers a Craigslist ad that was placed by a mother for someone to date her son before he enters college. The project has been described as being in the vein of Bad Teacher and Risky Business. Sounds good. I'll give it a shot. Hopefully a trailer comes out soon. The Flash. Probably one of the more controversial movies on this list, especially because Ezra Miller is bat crazy. Ezra Miller, who has been mirrored in controversy, will lead the DC superhero standalone that will see the return of Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton as Batman. So, pumped because we get to see Batman, Michael Keaton come back. We get to see Ben Affleck come back. Not pumped because the DCEU is in shambles. That is one big pile of mess. And then to end June, we have Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. I'm not too crazy about Indiana Jones, to be honest. I've seen the originals. They're okay. It's never been something I was like, oh man, Indiana Jones, I love it. So I'm kind of here or there with that one. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 to kick off July. Oppenheimer. And then Barbie. Oh, and then the Marvels. So we're getting 3 Phase 4 movies in 1 year. That's going to be a quite eventful year for Marvel. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning, the 7th installment of Tom Cruise's spy thriller series, will no doubt include globetrotting and outsized stunts. I will say this for the Mission Impossible franchise. I like the second half more than the first half. And by second half, I mean 4, 5, 6, and, 7. But even the third movie, I like the third movie a lot. I thought the third movie was really good. What else? The first 2 movies I'm always a little wonky on. But I think it will be good. Oppenheimer, Christopher Nolan's alright. It's just, I feel like everyone and their mother is just always like, oh, he's so great. And I'm just like, then why hasn't he won an Oscar? Now, I'm not saying that winning an Oscar is the end-all be-all for a director, but, I mean, I will say, I think it's really odd that he has not won. So that's, yeah. But Oppenheimer is following the story of American scientist J. Robert Oppenheimer as he develops the atomic bomb. Cillian Murphy leads a cast that also includes Florence Pugh, I don't know how to pronounce her name, Emily Blunt, Robert Downey Jr., Matt Damon, and many, many others. So, should be interesting. I mean, the the story, the atomic bomb, is a crazy one in itself. Sure, pumped. Can't wait to see it. Barbie, the long-awaited movie based on the best-selling toy, has Margot Robbie starring as Barbie, Ryan Gosling playing Ken, Greta Gerwig in the director's chair. Not pumped because I'm not a Barbie. It's not my thing. So I mean, hey, if you're all for it, go for it. This is not my thing. I remember before, like, they were making a Barbie movie, and what's her face was attached to it? Amy Schumer. She was attached to it. She was supposed to play Barbie. So I guess they did, sure. But yeah. Okay, that was July. Now we're in August. We have a couple movies coming out. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, an animated feature based on the 1980s cartoon about humanoid, pizza-loving, and crime-fighting turtles, produced by Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg. Sounds interesting. If they're going back to that 1980s style, can't wait to see it. Blue Beetle was supposed to be a straight to HBO Max movie. It's going to be starring the kid who plays Miguel in Cobra Kai as Jaime Reyes, who gained superpowers thanks to a blue scarab beetle. So, should be interesting. First Mexican-American superhero that I can think of to hit the mainstream, so go for it. Let's see how it goes. Equalizer 3 in September. Expendables 4. Interesting. Anton Fuqua and Denzel Washington are back for the latest movie about the retired U.S. Marine and former DIA officer Robert McCall. The first Equalizer was good. I liked it. The second one was okay. Curious to see what the third one's going to be about, because I have not heard anything like at all. So, we'll see. Expendables 4. That one's been rumored to be made for so long now. I'm surprised that it's finally being made. We'll see how it does. Sylvester Stallone, Jason Statham, Dolph Lundgren return as mercenaries, who are this time tasked with taking down an arms dealer who commands the might of a massive private army. Iko Uwais and Annie Garcia also star. Interesting. We'll see how it goes. I like the first three. Kraven the Hunter. Aaron Taylor Johnson. Man, they dragged him into this. Stars as big game hunter Sergei Kravinoff, a Spider-Man villain. Russell Crowe and Ariana DeBose also star. Interesting. Let's see how it goes. I mean, their track record with villain movies has pretty much been limited to Venom. So hopefully that does good. And we have The Exorcist in October as well. After finishing up his take on another horror classic, Halloween, David Gordon Green is now back in theaters with The Exorcist, a sequel to the 1973 film about a 12-year-old girl who is possessed by a demon. This I have not heard about. So they're going the Halloween route, basically foregoing Exorcist 2 the Heretic, and basically saying this is a sequel. So, interesting. Sure, can't wait to see it. I think that director did good with Halloween and Halloween Kills. That third one was a little wonky, but no. We'll see how this one goes. Dune Part 2. To be honest, Dune looked like the most boring movie I've ever seen in my life. Granted, I didn't watch it, so take my advice for what it is. Am I pumped for another Dune? Not really. Hunger Games, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. The prequel stars Rachel Zegler as Lucy Gray Baird, the girl tribute from impoverished District 12, who is mentored by then 18-year-old Cornelius Snow. Interesting. I saw the book. Don't know what goes on in it, but I know that it's a prequel, so we'll see how it goes. Wonka. Paddington director. Love Paddington. Great movie. Paul King is behind this Willy Wonka origin story that stars Chalamet as the featured candy maker. The story will center on how he met the Oompa Loompas on one of his earliest adventures. I'm not a big fan of Timothée Chalamet. He looks like such a douche. But whatever. The Color Purple, the movie adaptation of the Broadway musical, itself an adaptation of Alice Walker's novel, stars Fantasia Celli, Coleman Domingo, Corey Hawkins, H-E-R, I can't pronounce that name, and Sierra among the supporting cast. Never seen the original. I know that was a big movie with Whoopi Goldberg and Oprah. Don't they both come out, I think? Whatever. Not too crazy about it. Aquaman, The Lost Kingdom. Holy shit. So, DC and Marvel are coming out with 3 movies. Interesting. I mean, we all know that Marvel's going to end up winning. But, we'll see how it goes. The sequel will return. We'll see the return of Jason Momoa as DC superhero, along with Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, Black Manta, Nicole Kidman's Atlanta. Franchise newcomers include Randall Park, Jenny Zhao, and India Moore. No mention of what's her face, Amber Heard. Not too disappointed with that. She can go away for all I care. So that's pretty much the only movies that were confirmed. Now here are some that are to be determined. We have Disappointment Boulevard. The logline for the latest film from Ari Aster reads, a decade-spanning portrait of one of the most successful entrepreneurs of all time. Joaquin Phoenix leads the cast that includes Patti LuPone and Nathan Lane. Maestro. The Leonard Bernstein biopic has Bradley Cooper back on the director's chair for the first time since A Star Was Born. He will play his famous composer, with Carey Mulligan, Matt Bomer, Maya Hawke, and Sarah Silverman also appearing. Napoleon, the latest historical drama from Ridley Scott, will track the French leader's origins, and as the logline reads, swift, ruthless climb to emperor, viewed through the prism of his addictive and often volatile relationship with his wife and one true love, Josephine. Joaquin Phoenix is going to be playing Napoleon. Alright. Asteroid City. The latest from Wes Anderson is an astronomy convention in a desert town in the 1950s. Margot Robbie, Scarlett Johansson, Edward Norton, Tom Hanks, Steve Carell, Hong Chow, and Bryan Cranston are among the large ensemble cast. And last but not least, Killers of the Flower Moon. The latest team-up between Martin Scorsese and Leonardo DiCaprio is expected next year from Apple TV+. Based on the book of the same name, the story takes place after members of the Osage tribe in the United States are murdered under mysterious circumstances in the 1920s. So, that's pretty much it. What do I think about this year, or this coming year, especially with their lineup of movies? A lot of blockbusters. I think this year we'll have a decent revival of movies, because I mean right now movie theaters are in a definite slump and definitely not doing that great. So hopefully we get to see something come back, some sense of normalcy. So I'm hoping that helps. But yeah, I mean, tell us what you think below. What you think, if you're pumped for these movies coming up, or if you feel like it's gonna be lackluster. Please give us your thoughts. We'll definitely be reading comments and seeing what you all think. But yeah, that's it, everybody. This is Fernando from the Rollback Podcast, and here is my thoughts on 2023's upcoming movie list. Let's cut it.